What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big Nick Energy YouTube channel. For those of you watching on Twitter and Instagram, welcome. We do stream on YouTube, so if you can go there and subscribe to our channel while you're watching, I'd appreciate that. But a huge game, great win by the Knicks tonight. They beat the 76ers 128-92. This was a great win. I mean, probably one of the best wins of the season, honestly. The best efforts I've ever seen this season from our team so far. And the fact that it came against the Sixers, who are a great team, especially in the East. They're one of the top teams in the East. They have the reigning MVP. They have Joel Embiid, who puts up 30 a night. Great win to hold him down. Let me see how much points he got in total, just so I can make sure here. So we held Embiid still got 30. He got his usual 30, but we still held him, especially in that first half. He wasn't hitting too many shots. Most of the shots came in the second half. But the fact that the Knicks beat them by 36 points says a lot. 36 points, and Julius Randle only had one made field goal. That's because a lot of players stepped up tonight for his struggles on the offensive end. Players like Grimes, McBride, Josh Hart, Hardenstein, literally everyone stepped up, and especially our bench guys. Grimes literally had 18 points all in that fourth quarter. He locked down in the fourth quarter and made sure the Sixers were not winning this game. They were not getting a comeback. Great game by Grimes. Great game by McBride. I was really surprised to see how well he came out tonight and just shot the ball. He was lighting it up from the three-point line. He came out and made like 4 straight threes. It says he ended up with 15 points. He was 4 for 6 in total from the three-point line. I think those 4 threes came in the first quarter alone. I mean, it was a great way to start off the game, hitting those threes. Definitely gave us momentum, and it was contagious. Everyone else was hitting their threes in that first half between Brunson and, Anunoby had one. It was contagious, really. But yeah, McBride ended up with 15 points, and he was a plus 20 on the boards. I mean, let's look at everyone's plus minus tonight. Julius Randle was plus 13 despite struggling tremendously from the field and three-point line. OG was plus 20. Hardenstein was plus 26. Brunson plus 14. I think the only guy that was negative was DiVincenzo. He was negative 7. He was minus 7. Precious Achiuwa plus 10. Even Malachi Flynn was out there for a minute, plus 2. But McBride, huge one, plus 20. And the biggest ones of the night were Josh Hart and Grimes, plus 46 for Josh Hart and plus 37 for Grimes. They were huge tonight on both ends of the court. They're two-way players. They can play defense and they could also score if we need them to. And we saw that tonight from Grimes. He put up 19 points. And all of those 19 points came from the fourth quarter, which was crazy to see because, some nights we don't really get anything from both of those guys. Sometimes those guys don't even score 10 points together, but great night from them. Rookie said, let's go. Great win tonight for the Knicks. The East is open. I tweeted on Twitter, we just beat the Sixers by 36. They had Joel Embiid. They had Tyrese Maxey. Come on, let's not cut them some slack for anyone they were missing because they had their main guys. The East is open. Before the season, I predicted we would land somewhere around the 3rd or 4th seed. And I'm saying we're coming for both of those spots. I mean, I think we're the 4th seed right now. Let me check because I think we were 1 game back from the 4th seed. The last time I did a stream, which was 2 days ago. So we're still the 8th seed, I think. Oh, no. This isn't updated. I have to update my standings. Google. All right, let's check. Why isn't this updating? Google is tripping. Because I know we have 20 wins. Anyways, I'm going to check Google later to see what standings we're in. But I just know that we could make it to the 3rd seed. I know we can. With the team that we have now, it's looking real good. We're looking like a whole different team. The guys out there look confident. I mean, look at Julius Randle had an awful game. Only scored 1 field goal, and we still beat the Sixers by nearly 40 points. That says a lot about the team we have and about the guys we have. They're going to step up when other guys are struggling, like Julius Randle. I can only hope that they continue to do this because not every night is Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson going to have a great night. They can't put up 30 every night. I mean, Julius Randle has been amazing, phenomenal. The last 20 games or so, he's been averaging 27, 28 points per game. So this is the first off night in a really long time for him. But it happens. A lot of guys can't keep it up. They're going to have off nights, and it's important that we surround Randle and Brunson with guys that can step up for them, like Quentin Grimes, like McBride, like OG, Hardenstein, all those guys. They did their part tonight. I would say the win goes out to the role players. And of course, Jalen Brunson, he did his thing. He does it every night. 29 points for him. He was 11 for 20 from the field, 4 for 9 from the 3-point line. He also had the hot hand behind the 3-point line, 4 for 9, which is, a little bit under 50%. But great game by Jalen Brunson. He always does his thing out there. One of the best point guards in the East. He's really leading this team. And he was another guy that stepped up when Randle was struggling. I thought Randle had a big game in order for us to win this game against the Sixers and against Joel Embiid, but that clearly wasn't the case. He only had one field goal. Let me turn my light on really quick. 1 second, guys. All right, we're back. I got my light back on. But anyways, like I was saying, this was a great win, and I think it really goes out to the role players on our team, along with Jalen Brunson. They truly did great, and what surprised me the most, or what impressed me the most, I should say, is the defensive effort. Even though Embiid had 30 points tonight, it definitely felt like they contested him well. Hardenstein did a pretty good job, and if you guys saw that block Hardenstein did on Embiid, that was crazy. I was really hyped after I saw that, and it even led to the Knicks fast break. Grimes, he got the shot, he got the layup, and he got fouled. So it was an and one opportunity due to that Hardenstein block and on Embiid. I love that play. Probably the play of the game, honestly. Yup, let's go. Everyone's hyped here. I am too. After watching that game, it just feels like this team is completely different, and I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to watch them play again, and they're playing again tomorrow against the Wizards, which should be another win. I'm not going to jinx anything because sometimes we go against bad teams and we tend to struggle, but should be another win. Salute, Kareem. How's it going? What do you think of the win? It was a really good one. He said, I like that the team picked up for Randle. We need this every game. Exactly. That's the main thing I took away from this game. They stepped up for him. And I like that this organization, the Knicks front office, they've surrounded Randle. They surrounded Brunson with guys that will step up for them when they need them to, especially. Now we have OG, who steps up for everyone on the defensive end. He's out there. He's hustling. MS said Mitchell Robinson, Fournier, Grimes, multiple first-round picks for Embiid. Well, I don't know, honestly. With the way this team is looking, we look really great right now. I was thinking about Embiid before the season started because there was a lot of hypotheticals going on, a lot of trade rumors during the summer. And Hardenstein is a great replacement on Mitchell Robinson. I've even been thinking that he could potentially replace Robinson. I don't want it to come to that just because Robinson's great. He's a great center for us. But with the way we've been playing with Hardenstein as our starting center has been phenomenal. I mean, I think he fits so well with the starters, with that unit. And he has parts of his game that Robinson doesn't have, like his ability to pass the ball. He's a really underrated passer. I love that about Hartenstein. And he can also score the ball. We saw Hartenstein score uh, a lot of points tonight. He actually had 17 points, and you won't really see that from Mitchell Robinson. So if you're comparing the two players between Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson, it's hard to say. I know some people are already on the Hardenstein train. You know, they want him to stay with us instead of Robinson. But I think we could get to that point, and if that's the case, then a type of trade like this could work. If we're sticking with Hardenstein, we give up Robinson, Fournier, Grimes. Though I mean, it's a lot to give up for an MVP. Ricky said, "What about Hart's 15 rebounds?" Yeah, Hart was crazy tonight. I think he had literally 8 rebounds from the first quarter. I think that's what I saw. They showed that stat line, but 15 rebounds in total, which is insane. We know he could do it though. When he first came here, when he was first traded to the Knicks, he had a lot of games like this where he was grabbing 10 plus boards a night, scoring 10 plus, multiple threes a night. So it looks like we're getting back prime Josh Hart from last season. I like what I'm seeing. Those rebounds, they matter. They really help us. So I love to see when he grabs those boards. He really fights out there to get them too. I mean, and his hops are crazy. He jumps up, he skyrockets in the air to get those. Fourth said, do we put a package of Mitchell Robinson, Grimes, and another player and multiple first-round picks for Embiid this offseason? Oh, you commented that before. Yeah, I was just, oh no, that was someone else. Never mind. I guess you both are wondering about Joel Embiid. Like I said before, it's possible because it looks like the Knicks could be able to stick with Hartenstein instead of Robinson as their starting center. And if they're willing to pay him, of course. But that's a very likely trade package right there. Giving up Grimes is a little bit questionable just because, I mean, he just had a great game. It's hard to talk about a guy. It's hard to include a guy who just had a great game in a trade package. I'd say that. But of course, a lot of people are willing to do anything for MVP. We'll see how it goes, though. I think the trade rumors for Joel Embiid kind of died down a little bit. I haven't really been hearing them at all since the season started. I've mainly been hearing the guys that we were interested in, like DeJounte Murray, even Donovan Mitchell, but I haven't really heard anything from Joel Embiid. Ricky said, to be honest, you are a better commentator than Malika Andrews. Oh, that's a compliment. But I mean, I don't really watch Malika or ESPN that much. But I mean, she has the qualifications. She does a great job. So thank you, though, for that compliment. Jamin said the team was locked in with Jules appearing clueless tonight. Yeah, Julius Randle had an off night. Only one made field goal. He was 0 for 3 from the 3-point line. And the one thing I noticed and pointed out before he basically got benched for the fourth quarter is that he was forcing it a lot, and I just didn't really like that about his game tonight. You know, I get when you're struggling and you're having an off night, but I hate when guys will force it and just keep making bad decisions, bad shots. He was getting doubled tonight a lot, but he was also hesitating a lot as well. So he would dribble the ball for at least 5 seconds, get stuck, turn the ball over. And that happened quite a lot. I mean, I would say that happened like 3 or 4 times from what I was watching alone in one quarter. So I don't really like it when he forces it, when he's struggling. But the Knicks got a win tonight despite him struggling. He did put up 8 points and 7 rebounds, 5 assists. So, you know, a pretty good game despite struggling from the field and 3-point line. I like the 5 assists there, the 7 rebounds. You know, I think a big part of his game is passing. We win a lot of games when he's passing the ball and he has all those assists. So I definitely like when he passes it out more, and especially if he's struggling. I mean, Winston said, see how don't need Randall, bang bang, we more aggressive now. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I guess technically we don't need Randall because we literally beat the Sixers by 36 and he only had one made field goal. It's crazy. But no, I'm playing though because we do need Randall. I mean, he's been amazing the past 20 games. He's the reason why we won a lot of those games within the last 20. Besides this game, he's been great, and he's been averaging a lot of points, rebounds, assists. So we definitely need him because, you know, a lot of Knicks stepped up tonight, and we also shot really well from the three-point line, which doesn't happen every game. I think we got, I don't want to say lucky because I know these guys work hard, but I'm just really happy that we shot well from the three-point line tonight, especially in that first half alone. I think we hit 13 threes or 12. I know they were talking about the record there for the amount of threes in a first half by the Knicks. I think we hit the record. Not exactly sure, but we were somewhere around that, which is still a lot, 12 or 13. And we were truly blessed that we had three-point shooting tonight against a really good team. I think that's what really elevated us to this win. Jim said it allows Randall to have a bad game. Yeah, with other guys stepping up. Carl said Knicks are a team, not just one or two guys. You're right. You're right. And it's crazy that people still talk about us not having a superstar and a 1A or someone that's going to lead us to a championship. But we have two really great players between Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, and they have a great supporting cast around them. They have guys around them that will clearly step up for them when they're struggling. A lot of guys stepped up tonight, and we have a great starting center now in Hartenstein. I mean, Hartenstein's been truly great. He's underrated. I mean, I don't see a lot of people talking about him, but he just had a 20 rebound game, and tonight he had 17 points with 6 rebounds and 5 assists, 2 blocks. Like the last game as well, he had 5 blocks. He's really putting in the work, and he's helping this team be better. It doesn't always take a superstar, just the little adjustments, the little things, the little pieces that a team needs to get better. Jim said, trust the process. It's funny that we're talking about Embiid when we just beat him by 36 points. Jay said, Knicks tape is back. We are back. We're a different team now. We haven't lost in the new year yet, guys. We haven't lost in 2024. That's crazy to think about. Let's see how long we could keep it going without losing in the new year. Nova boys played home tonight. Yes, they did. They spoke about that a lot on the broadcast. Winston said, hit the like button, y'all. Milby doing her thing. I appreciate you, Winston. Yeah, if you guys are on YouTube, you can hit the like button. I'm not sure if there's a like button on Twitter or Instagram. I don't think there is because we do stream through there as well. But if you guys can hop on over to YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. We do post games. We try to do them after every game. And we're also going to be filming a video tomorrow on trade rumors. You guys should check it out. I think it'll be live. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I'll let you guys know. Jay said we should get Melo back. Where's this coming from, Jay? We just beat the Sixers by 36 points. Great team win, and then we're talking about Melo in the comments. I mean, I'm not against it. I really liked Melo, but it's just so random. And you guys are talking about let's go Murray and let's get Murray, and Brogdon. Interesting. I think you guys would really enjoy the video tomorrow then. We're going to be talking about the trade rumors. So stay tuned for that. Jay said Grimes is not consistent enough for a trade. I do think some teams are interested in him. He definitely is not the most consistent player, but a game like tonight definitely spikes his trade value. I mean, look at what he did, 19 points in one quarter, and he sealed the deal for us in that fourth quarter. Then the Sixers were not going to make a comeback. Brunson steal, though. Then Grimes back-to-back highlight of the night. Yeah, that was a great one. And I'd also say the block that Hartenstein did on Embiid, I think it was, and it led to the Grimes fast break. He did the layup in the and one. Another great play right there. I actually think I will be showing a few plays in a little bit. I'll start doing that in a little bit. Let me just read a few more comments here. Rose said, what trade would you like to see at the deadline? Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I mean, I could talk about it now, but we are making a video tomorrow talking about all the trade rumors. And I think we will go live just to see your guys' comments and everything too, and talk about potential candidates that we could trade for. But yeah, I'd like to get it all out tomorrow in that video. Winston said he went back to the old Randall. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit of flashbacks from playoff Randall right there. I mean, there were back-to-back plays where he would get the ball, he would hold it, dribble it for 5 seconds or so into like 4 guys, 3 or 4 guys, get stuck and turn over the ball. It really frustrated me, and it gave me flashbacks. But I don't want to go down on Randall like that tonight. He had a bad game. Almost everyone has it, and he's been playing amazing nonetheless. Besides this game, Jay said tonight he's been doing that since he got here. Not sure who exactly you're referring to. DJ said, "I love what we got going on now. See how far what we have gets us this season, and try to make a big splash in the offseason with all the money we freed up, getting rid of RJ's horrible contract." Yeah, I also like what we have right now going on. It looks like a completely brand new team. You know, even we got rid of 2 guys, and we got back 3 guys, but only one is really gonna be getting consistent and big minutes. OG, obviously. It seems like a new team. It feels like a new team. Watching them out there, the defensive effort looks completely different. I mean, we just won against the Timberwolves. I think the best team in the West, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the best teams in the West. We just won against the Sixers, one of the best teams in the East. Clearly, the defensive effort has improved. Before, we were not winning against top teams. The last time we played the Timberwolves, or the first time we played the Timberwolves, it was a bad game. Um, it was not good at all. And then it's just the fact that we're finally winning against good teams now. It really says something. We weren't able to win against teams at the top of the conferences before, like the Celtics, the Bucks. I know we beat the Bucks on Christmas Day, but it's different now. It's definitely different. Someone said, "Why Tibbs have OG still on the court up by 30? He already has an injury history." You're so right, though. You're definitely right. We should not be having these guys up if we're winning by more than 25. I'd say more than 25, because you're right. OG has injury history. He's injury prone. We do not want to get him injured again or have that happen. And the likelihood of that happening is always at the end of games. So when we're up, put them on the bench. What's up? Dean said, "Hey there, big Knicks fan here. Good blowout win." Yeah, it was a great win tonight. Definitely was not expecting to blow them out by this much. I mean, 36 points, that's nearly 40. That's crazy. Jamin said, "Jules has been a staple in our offense." Yeah, he really has. He's been, besides tonight, super consistent and putting up usually more than 25 a game, if not 25. Also grabbing 10 rebounds a game. He's a huge staple in our offense. There's a lot more comments, but I'm actually going to switch over to the streaming layout so we can watch the end of the game here, look at a few highlights. Hold up 1 second. Right, I hope this works. Let's see. Okay, now we're in stream mode. Actually, let me get rid of the comment really quick. I'm just going to be showing the end of the game, mostly the highlights from the fourth quarter, because we don't really need to watch highlights from the entire game. We just watched the entire game and we know what happened. Still have to get through a lot of comments here though. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Someone said, looks like Orlando and Miami are going to lose tonight, back in 6th place. Great for us if they lose tonight. We're headed towards the, I'm going to say we're headed towards the 3rd seed. I know it's going to be tough because the East is really stacked and it's also very close. But that's what I predicted before the season started. 3rd or 4th. I'm hoping 3rd. I mean, let's try our best. Marcel said a few teams are looking at Grimes. Yeah, definitely. I definitely think a lot of teams are interested in him. He's a young player that can, great two-way player for him. 3-and-D guy. He could defend. He could shoot the three. He's not that consistent, but I definitely think teams are interested in him. Matthew said 1 for 11 from 3, still won by 36. Team win. Definitely team win. Shout out to all the role players, all the guys that stepped up tonight. I mean, huge game by McBride and Quentin Grimes. Those guys came off the bench and did what they did. 19 points for Grimes, 15 points for McBride, but 4 threes in that first quarter. Angelo said, let's go Knicks. Knicks going to the finals. That's funny. I hope so too. I don't want to get too confident and say we're going to the finals yet, but let's see how we are in the end of February or around February. We should beat the Wizards and Blazers. That would make 5 in a row. That's what I'm saying too. We definitely should beat those teams, but sometimes the Knicks tend to struggle against teams that are bad. So you never know. The Bulls aren't necessarily bad, but we kind of struggled against them. DeMar had a huge game. That's why. And hopefully those are 2 automatic wins, though. Got to get the easy ones. The easy ones are going to help your record a lot. What's up, Mason? Let's see what you said. What a win. We have a real team. We do have a real team. And it feels so different. Does anyone else feel like that? I know it was a big change losing RJ Barrett and Emmanuel quickly. So this team feels different watching them. And I don't want to get ahead of myself because it's only like game 3 or 4 with OG. It just feels so much better. Yeah, we're going to look at some highlights over here. Let me press play. I didn't really get to watch the first few minutes of the fourth quarter. I missed it, but then I went back and watched these highlights. And the entire fourth quarter was Grimes. It was Grimes' quarter. Literally 19 points this quarter. And let's see, I think he had 4 threes. He was 4 for 9 in total. But look at Hartenstein doing his thing against Joel Embiid. Hartenstein was not scared tonight. He looked really confident out there on the offensive end. I mean, putting up 17 points from your starting center, that's a lot. That's a lot, honestly. We wouldn't really get that from Mitchell Robinson. Not to take a strike at him or anything, but we haven't really had a center put up that much points in a while. JB doing his thing. He had it going, 29 for him at the end. And the main difference in this game was just the fact that our role players were able to step up. They're able to look at Grimes, another 3. Automatic from him tonight. It's crazy that all his points came in the fourth quarter, though. I mean, they weren't spread out. None came in the first quarter, and or the second. Nice fast break there by Grimes. He's super fast. I mean, he could get to the basket. He should definitely do it more. Is this the block? No, that wasn't the block. I'm waiting for the block by. No, I think it already happened. I think when Hartenstein blocked Embiid. Yeah. And this was pretty much the last few minutes. So these were, I don't want to call it garbage minutes, but some of the reserves came in. End of the bench guys. But huge fourth quarter to close out this game. I would say in the third quarter, the Sixers were definitely inching away at the lead, and they were trying their best to get back in it. They were they were definitely getting there. I think they cut it to 13 at some point, maybe even less. But this fourth quarter really shut them down completely. We couldn't miss from the offensive end. We were doing really well. And we even saw Precious Achiuwa hit a three. I didn't know he could hit 3-pointers. I believe he shoots like 27% from the 3-point line. And I mean, we could run it back to the first quarter. I'm gonna look here. Let's see. Saw someone tweet that we can finally end the convo. Jalen Brunson is better than Tyrese Maxey. You guys know who I'm picking. Brunson all day. I'll pick Brunson pretty much over anybody now. Looking at this first quarter, it was such a great start to the game. I mean, this is how we have to start games against great teams. We have to get off really good shooting the three, shooting from the field, and don't let the other team get ahead of themselves. Play defense, play hard from the beginning. That's exactly what they did. Let's see. DiVincenzo, he was feeling it too. A lot of guys were feeling it in that first quarter between Brunson, McBride, DiVincenzo, OG. I think he even had a three in that first quarter. We definitely cut back the fast break points for the Sixers in the second half. Rarely saw any. There's a few in the first quarter here. That's why the Sixers had their own lead. But Knicks turned it around and they started playing defense. And here they come. You can see it right there. Jonathan said, keep Grimes and McBride. Don't make dumb trades like they did 10 years ago. They did extend McBride, so he's staying, I'm pretty sure. But Grimes, on the other hand, to me, if they're going to make another big trade, Grimes is the guy that's going. It's got to be Grimes, Fournier, some picks, I think. I mean, depends on who it is, really. But if it's a big-time player we're getting, definitely some of our players will be involved. And I think a lot of teams will be interested in Grimes. Yeah, this is when the Knicks started taking over. I mean, they were just hitting all their threes. Josh Hart doing his thing, getting to the basket. It was a nice way to end the quarter with that basket. And look at let's see how many offensive rebounds we got this game. I'm gonna check the team stats over here. The Knicks had, let's see. They had so they had 10 offensive rebounds, 49 rebounds in total, which is 10 more than the Sixers. And a big part of that was Josh Hart. Josh Hart grabbed 15. It still impresses me to this day when he does it. We saw it from him last season when he got traded here, and he had a lot of games like that. But it still impresses me when he is able to grab more than 10 rebounds as what is he, a 6'4" guards, somewhere around there. Yeah, he's 6'4". So as a 6'4" guard, the way he skyrockets for those rebounds is really impressive. Dunk by Hartenstein. I really like the offensive game we're seeing from him. I mentioned it earlier, but we didn't really see much of an offensive game from Mitch, so it's new, it's refreshing. It's nice to see. I mean, they're looking for him. He's calling for the ball himself, and he put up 17 tonight. Big game for him. And he's doing it. He's been doing it every night. He's been showing up, grabbing the boards, blocking shots. He might even be a candidate for most improved player, honestly. I hope he is. We're nearing the end of the second quarter here. It was a good way to close out the second quarter as well. I mean, once we developed the lead, the Sixers pretty much did not come back. They were not able to cut it down to less than 10. We kept our lead, which I was happy about. Because there's a lot of games where we do lose our lead. It happens a lot to every team in the NBA, but I'm glad we held it down and we kept our lead. So it just made it an easier game, and Julius Randle was able to sit the entire fourth quarter. He didn't have to come out in the fourth quarter because obviously he was struggling, but I think if the game did get closer, he probably would have been put back in, just because that's Tibbs. He's a Tibbs guy, and he needs to be out there playing those big minutes. Another floater by Hartenstein. It's just we never got any of that from Mitch. I mean, it's so refreshing to see a center that can score the ball. Floaters. He has that soft touch. He can do it. See here, Embiid, in the third quarter, Embiid was getting in a little bit of a groove here. I think he did score most of his points in this quarter. That's what scared me, is once he was able to get himself going, I thought they were going to make a run and eventually tie this game up, but that didn't happen. Embiid has the ball. I'm pretty sure he makes it again here. Yeah. How many free throws did he have as well? Let me see. Because we all know that he gets a lot of free throws a night. Some of the calls I was seeing they were awful. Guys had hands on him for 1 second and it was a foul call. That happens a lot in the NBA though. Like, guys put their hands on each other sometimes when they're trying to post up or just in a defensive stance. But when you put your hands on Embiid for 1 second, it's a foul call. It's crazy. He only shot 12 free throws tonight. Surprisingly, thought he would have got more, at least 20. We're in the fourth quarter now, though. That's where I started off the highlight reel. So I'll pause it right here, or I'll just go ahead and close out the show. I appreciate everyone that tuned in, that commented. Great win tonight. I really enjoyed watching the Knicks, and I'm excited for them to play again. This is a new team, and this team has heart. I mean, literally, they have heart. They have Josh Hart, who was huge tonight. 15 rebounds, along with, 10 points, or is that 10 points? 10 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists. Huge game by him. I mean, just everyone did their thing. But yeah, like I was saying, this team has heart. They have defense now, and things feel different. Watching this team feels different. I'm excited to watch them play. The Knicks' next game is against the Washington Wizards tomorrow at 7. They're not at home yet. They're not at MSG. They're in Washington tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after the next game.